Hello, viewer. Welcome to your first agricultural TV station in the nation. My name is Joshua Isha. Welcome you to yet another interesting episode of the program Aqua Farming. For those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, you're actually right on time because Aqua Farming is a program designed tailored towards telling you all you need to know that is in the water, be it fish, shrimps, crabs, or even crocodiles. As far as they are amphibians animals, believe me, we discuss them how they are being reared to the level of cells. And today on the program, we'll have a very interesting and challenging topic to discuss about fish farming. And the topic we're discussing today is challenges associated with fish farming in Nigeria today. And today, to do justice to that topic, we went as far as we can to make sure we bring some of the best brains when it comes to fish farming in Nigeria. And we have the honor of having Mrs. Amaka Ejofo, a fish expert who is going to be telling us those problems. So don't go away, stay tuned, take a look.
Another challenge is the feed. You decide to give the fish a 1 kilo feed, it gives you back 1 kilo. So that is it. If a farmer has less feed to give his fish, it becomes a problem because it gets to a time where they become stunts. They don't grow anymore because you stop feeding them. By the time you feed them, they take in your feed, but it's a waste because they're already stunts. They stop growing. So feeding is one of the major challenges the farmers have. The fish farmers have now in Nigeria as a whole. So that is it.
Okay. What about some, apart from feeding? I know feeding is one of the most, because is there any other substitute to feed? Because I believe there are people who say they generate maggots or generate bugs with that. Is that very process applicable in Nigeria?
I don't think, like we personally produce up to 9 tons. For us to get maggots 9 tons to feed our feed is 0.100. So it's not possible. So basically we fall back to feeding, which is the feed for the fish. Some farmers said they go down to producing their maggots, some say blood meal, but I don't think it sustains the fish. For me, I prefer feeding. It's just like a child that you're just giving birth to. All the child needs is the breast milk to grow for 6 months. So if you want your fish to be healthy, also to be standard, you have to feed the fish. So for me, I don't think maggot and blood meal should be encouraged. So
I'm not sure if it feeds on it, it's going to be fun, because feeding on maggot, I think
it is protein. The maggot is proteinous, highly proteinous. But the process of producing the maggot is the problem. Because you have to get your waste products, you put them in a container, then allow the flies to perch on them, lay eggs on them. So I see it as a waste of time for me. So I prefer feeding my fish with the natural feed that is either the foreign feed, the Nigerian pelleted feed, so that at the end of the day it's less stressful, and also you get your end product, which is either your melon size, which is the 600 kg at the end of 4 months, or your 1 kg at the end of 5 to 6 months. So I will encourage fish farmers to basically go into feeding and not into blood meal and maggots.
Okay. Now, you've been talking about this melon size. You seem to be more like, you guys seems to be your strength compared to the barbecue size and all that. What is the idea behind that? Is it that the melon size is more profitable, or the distance is less stressful? What is it? Because I believe most times when you see a fish farm, they all tell you, okay, they want to get a 1 kg size and all that. But for the very first time, I think you've been talking in melon. What's the
Okay, the melon size is the smoked fish we all know in the market, that we see everywhere we go, which is the 500 to 600 kg. It is a lucrative section. When you deal on melon, you see you can sell 9 tons in 2 days. But when you talk about the table size, it has to do with the barbecue, it has to do with the point and kill pepper soup and which everyone is might not be interested in that every day. But this melange are those fish that you see in the market on a daily basis that are already been smoked, that we can use to prepare whatever we want to cook. As we speak now, I know you have a melange here, the smoked fish. Yes. I'm into that size. I prefer running a melange because we also have off-takers. One of your customer can decide to buy as much as 3 tons from you. So it is a lucrative side of fish farming. So I prefer melange size. It's not that we don't do table size, so we do it because we also have people who prefer the table size. But melange is a lucrative one. It sells faster. I see it as a like say I have something to sell and you're seeing about 10 or 20 people on your line wanting to buy it immediately. So that is it for me. Melon size is the best size I do.
Now you talk about fingerlings is one of the problems you associate with. How do you want to what I'm buying now is good? Is it in the loops or in the farm or what is it for you now personally? You go to the market, you tend to see different fingerlings being displayed. What makes you understand that this is the right thing to do? Because I guess that is one of the problems aside feeding.
Yeah.
If you don't get the right what the seed, you end up having a problem. How do you take
in fish business, we have two seeds, which is the hybrid and the clearers, heteroclearers. Okay, the hybrid, these are fish that grows for a long period of time, like 8 months, but they are bigger. You will see some fish in the market and you wonder how did these fish come about. They are the hybrid. They grow bigger. In time to come, they continue growing. They don't stop. And the heterocleras are the ones that grows within the range of 6 months. We already have 1 kilo. How do you know your seed? Sometimes when you go to a farm to pick up your seed, you get to see dead fish. That tells you that there's a rot in the farm. So there's a danger already. The farmer or whoever that is going to any farm to buy fish should watch out the moment he sees even the process of counting the fish he is buying, which is the fingerling, and he sees the dead ones, they are dropping in the process. There's already a rot in that farm. So it's a danger that when he takes it back to his farm, the same problem. He's going to face the same problem of losing his fish to the same rot that came from the other farm. So that is just one of the signs. The second sign is their body system. Some of them, you see them, they are whitish. Then when you turn the stomach, you see that the stomach has something like ulcer. It's reddish from the inside. We call it ulcer. So those are the things that a fish farmer should watch out for. The moment you see those things in a fish that you're going to a farm to buy, is a no-no. So it tells you that this fish has a problem. This particular fingerling has a problem. It's a normal thing because sometimes I also into breeding. You can breed a fish within the range of 3 weeks. Before you know, you start seeing an infection on them. It's a nice thing. But the thing remains that another farmer is not supposed to buy that same fish because he's going to run into loss. The fish, once they start dropping, you can't treat them. At that stage, you can't treat them. You continue putting in your money, and before you know, if you have gotten like 20,000, you see yourself left with 1,000. So rot, stomach ulcer is a very deadly disease when it comes to fingerlings, which farmers should watch out when they go to other farms to buy their food.
Yeah, interesting. Now, we've seen some other sectors that the farm importation, that rice, and that rice importation has actually contributed to the emergence of different rice mills. People are going to rice mills locally so we can be able to feed ourselves. How has fish importation, which I believe if you go to the market today, you get to see 90% of the fish that in the Caribbean fish market now are being imported. How has this fish importation affected fish farming in Nigeria? Because for me to look for a millennium size probably for some months now. Obviously, a millennium size is now expensive for you to get the shower. This very popular one, this white one. So how has this importation affected fish farming in Nigeria? And do you think if we should fish importation, that's going to contribute more? Did that fish start again more, or it will just?
Yes. In order to develop our economy, we have to stop fish feed first importation.
Okay.
Secondly, the fish itself. Fish farmers in Nigeria are at large sum. That when they are, given goodwill to arms, they can produce fish. Even at importation of fish, the fish farmers in Nigeria will still produce, but it's still not enough. Sometimes you go to the market, you want to buy catfish. The catfish is not there. You want to buy mala, it's not there. You want to buy coca, it's not there. They have to tell you to go and come. So if fish importation and fish feed importation is stopped, and the fishermen, let me use the farmers, is being supported, it will go a long way. Because as I will also be using our farm as an example, we produce 9 tons per 6 months. And because of the high cost of feed now, that is about 95,000 pieces for 6 months. So because of the high cost of feed, we are doing 30%, which is like 15,000 to 20,000. So we have gone down. It is not because of importation of fish, but because of the high cost of feed. And these feeds are the imported feeds. Yes, the imported feeds. We normally get them as of 2-3 years at the rate of 16 years, which is the Aqua. But today, Aqua is for 2,000 in the market. One bag. And if I have to get my fish to melon size, I have to make sure that that fish takes Aqua first for 2 weeks before I can go into other feeds, which are also imported. So importation of feed should be stopped first. Because we farmers also pellet ourselves. We have the formulas to pellet this feed ourselves and give it to our fish. At the end of the day, the cost of the production of the feed is also a problem. But if the importation of feed stops totally, this run at large for farmers. The government supports the farmers. We can get this at a cheap price from the farmers, produce our feed ourselves, feed our fish, and our fishes go into the market at cheap rates also. So importing the fish is not the problem. Importation of the fish, other fish. But the problem is the feed. The feed. Most people can't afford the feed. So they let go of the fish business. Falling back to the imported fish. So the major problem is closing down the importation of foreign feed. Allowing the farmers here to produce their own feed, to go on our local feed.
How nutritious can our
100%. 100%.
Okay, so why do we fall back to the same imported one? Is it because they are floating and all that?
Yes, because they are floating. The ones we also produce there is floating feed, but the fact is that the cost. Is the cost, and there is someone who is producing 95,000 pieces who has no support, and the feed is going high, you fall down to zero. So it remains that, not minding that the cost of feeding, the cost of the foreign feed is high, if there's a support to the farmer, he or she can produce its own feed at a lower cost. Thereby having enough fish to go around in the market. So that is it. Fish farming, fish farmers are there to farm. They are there to rear their fish. Their fish will go into the market to, meet everyone's demand. But the fact is the cost of the fish.
Yeah, cost of feed.
Yes.
Well, the three of us agriculture station in Nigeria, agriculture council of Nigeria, television pluralism, aqua farming, and the disposal of great amateur is the four issues as far as possibility and challenges associated with fish farming in Nigeria. One of the major challenges according to our worship is sales so far are reduced to the feed of fish farming. So let's go on a quick break and we're going to of course be talking more of these problems and how we can be able to maneuver and of course see how we can actually get our act together so we can be sustainable when it comes to fish farming. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back from that debate. Of course, before we enter that, we were discussing one of the major problems, which is the feeding of fish. And now, I would like to ask now, with the progress you've been saying now, say you have the opportunity to be the minister. Come on now, tell me how to go about this thing. How can we solve this very issue of feeding? How do you go about it? Is it that we train them on how to do the feed and then make the things available? Or better say, we make the feed and then sell them on the subsidized price? What's the best model? Because we know that as a model, you think they are the best. But then, some of these people really don't know how it works. Just maybe some people, they go, whatever it is. But people who have been in the business for some time, you know how to actually get and then sell this issue. How do you go about it?
Okay, in order to also develop our economy, I will suggest we train. We have manpower already. We train people on how to produce same quality with the foreign ones we import. At the end of the day, to the farmers, subsidize the price. Farmers will also bring down his own price after production for the off-takers and the end users. So my advice would be to the minister, let's train our manpower that we have on ground here. We have people who also have studied a lot of projects on production, people who have studied on agriculture, manpower who are there that is looking for what to do at the end of the day, get something to go home with. So my advice to him would be, let's employ people, get this equipment, teach them on how to produce this feed.
How about they give those feed like they give fertilizer?
At the end of the day, the truth is, at the end of the day, will they continue giving? That is the truth. At the end of the day, will they continue giving the farmers feed on a daily basis? Because our fish taking this feed on a daily, hourly. We have fish that take feed on 3 hours. We have the ones that take them on 6 hours. So giving us this feed on a daily basis as a feed, I don't think it's going to help us. It is not. It is to employ this manpower, teach them, empower the youth, give them this product to produce. We, the farmers, now buy from them at a subsidized rate. At the end of the day, the government can also come back to us to buy this fish at also a subsidized rate. So the off-takers, which the consumers also get it at a lower price. So it's like running into the economy of Nigeria. If someone is buying a kilo of fish, as of today, I sell my kilo of fish at 2,500 for one.
Okay.
Yes. The manpower, the youths. Let me use the youths because we have youths all over who are waiting to be trained and get something at the end of the month. If there are machineries for them to undergo this training, produce, we buy from them. It's better for us. So my advice to him will be, don't give us this feed because you can't continue giving us. I want to be in the business in the next 10 years. Will you give me the feed in the next 10 years? The answer is no. Let's be realistic. So let's run it in a system whereby we have a picking point where we go to a factory here in Nigeria, get them a subsidized rate, and we go in and feed our fish. It will help us to expand our fish. It will help those who are out of the business to come back. So that is it for me.
Fish farming, like any other profession, has its association. We have the Capital Farmers Association. I think the president down there in Port, how has this association been able to aid people? I don't know if you are part of it.
I am part of it. Nothing has been done. Nothing has been done because at the end of the day, they also go out to see how they can get help. And at the end of the day, there's nothing. So we do all this in ourselves. We run everything we have been running for years. We do it ourselves. The only thing we go for meeting, they advise us we are going to get this. There's going to be a pelleting machine. There's going to be a smoking skin machine. We're going to get feed at subsidized rate. At the end of the day, nothing. Yes, yes. So there is nothing. But do we have an association? Yes, a strong one. Yes, which is fighting to see how we can get these machineries, feed, and other helps to stay in the business for years. So that is it.
Yeah. Now, one of the questions I was asking is a bit.
But the fact is, you as a fish farmer, do you keep your fish farm clean? Do you change your water regularly? If you change your water regularly,
is it something you want to do? Like you want to advise your child? Like, let me put it that way. You say, come on, you go. I want you to go challenge.
I always have a child of 8 years. On every Saturday, I take him to my farm. And he's so interested. So, continue the business. Yes, to come. 1 kg, you finish 1 kg of feed. And at the end of the day, when you do your minus plus, you see that what you're spending is like 60 to 65%. So there's already 35% for you as a profit margin. So fish business is a catfish business is a lucrative and profitable one.
So now, Nigerian government regarding this very issue we've been talking about, because it's really to saying that people are going out of business because of high cost.
At the end of 2024, I tell you that we might just be 2. in this fish farming business, and thereby encouraging importation of fish. We want to develop our country. We want to go into just like the rice, milk, then people will buy. I will give it the federal government to look into farming because one, it's a good business, it profits everyone, and it can also develop the economy of Nigeria. They put out of the streets in the factory as they give the feed mill, the fish mill, and they feed. Of course, rescue for me. I need the government. Okay, my problem is the feed. I don't want to use foreign again. Use our local food to feed my fish because I have done that and I've seen the end product. It even gave me more weight. The foreign one when I did the pelleting.
Or you can even get the feed machines for you.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The pelleting machines is all over here. We have Chinese who are now know that we have catfish farmer here in Nigeria who wants to do this business, but their problem is the feed. So they are bringing in the pelleting machine for us now to use ourselves and produce the feed. So federal government to want the machinery itself, the cost of feeding these things, and for me, I would advise them to ban the importation.
Many thanks for staying tuned on Agricultural Research Council of Nigerian Television. I'm sure you must have learned one or two all about the challenges that is being faced by fish farmers in Nigeria. So if you are thinking of venturing into fish farming anytime soon, this is a guide as to knowing what to do and how to actually maneuver your way so you can end up having a bountiful harvest at the end of it all. On behalf of the crew members who made it possible, the likes of Miracle, Silvanus, and the rest, my name is Joshua Ishaya saying, see you same time, same station. Bye for now.